Well, good evening, everybody. How's it going? Hello, Sam. Are you in a cozier room now? Hello, John, Doll, Malcolm, Julie. Yeah, I love that Cheers song myself. I like that a lot. Malcolm, how's it going? Gwen. Hi, Gwen. Jason, Ron, Michael, Rennie, JP, KG, Glamour Girl. All righty. First of all, I want to say thank you, everybody, for members that your patience of allowing me to have a week off last week, and it was just fantastic. Looking forward to the next week off. That was pretty good. Not working. Never done that before. Not while trading, anyway. Nothing. Yeah, you're right, Gwen. Yeah, last week and this week is turning out to be crazy. Thanks, Julie. Appreciate it. Yeah. So, yeah, I've got a note here. Right now is challenging for the largest group of traders. So don't beat yourself up if you think that you can't find the barn out in the middle of the field. There's a whole lot of people that can't find that great big red barn out there either. So this is just there are times during a trading year that we have situations like this. It is what it is, and you can't change it. So we just have to buckle up and ride it out. Stay in our lane. That's important. Trade what we know how to trade. That's important. Don't get caught up in the hype of anything anywhere. Just don't get caught up in it. Excuse me. So let's see. Recorder's running. Hi, this is Rick. Welcome everybody. I appreciate it. And today's date is Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. Okay, so let me bring the SPY up here. Oops, a couple of my notes, where'd they go? All right, so for those that don't know, this chart pattern that we have here, this is called a bearish H pattern, okay? It's the exact opposite of a bullish J hook pattern. Man, I've got a frog in my throat. So here's the thing about chart patterns, okay, is there's no guarantee they work. I probably one of the most mentioned chart patterns, I think, in the whole market world, at least what I hear from people, is head and shoulders. Oh my God, there's a head and shoulders. First place, there's no guarantee that it's going to fail, and there's no guarantee that a bullish H pattern is going to move to the downside. There's no guarantee that a bullish J hook, let's see, CHKP, here you go. Here's a nice bullish J hook right here, CHKP. I need to write that down. I might come back and talk about that tonight. So here's a nice bullish J hook setting up, but it doesn't guarantee that it's going to actually go higher from here. And this is something we just have to. It's just part of trading. It's like going to Vegas. It's like going to the roulette table and they've got those double zeros there. It doesn't matter what you're on. Well, that's not true, I guess. The majority of people lose their money if the house lands on double zeros. So the market is the house. So anyway, there's just no guarantee in trading, and that's something that we just have to accept. So another thing I want to talk about here, I've got a whole list of things I'm going to talk about, a lot of things, and I don't know, for some people you're going to love it. For other people, you might find it very boring. The people that are struggling, you're going to need it the most, but you're likely to be the ones that thinks this is very boring, because what you want is that trade, like CHKP. It's going to rock your world, you know, that sort of thing. You're the ones that's going to want, that's going to need this, what I'm going to talk about here, most of all. So, and this might be something, I was going to do a PowerPoint on it, and I haven't been back long enough, and it got ahead of me here, so I couldn't do a PowerPoint. So this might be something to take notes on, and this is being recorded because I think this is important stuff here. And while I was on vacation, I didn't work. I sure made a lot of notes on my phone. And these are notes from my phone from this week. So anyway, let's go back to SPY here. So I can't predict if we're going to continue down. I can't do that. I can look at a chart, and I'm going to go to a weekly chart here, and I can say things like we're below the Trendicator on the weekly chart. These are the red dots. That's a Trendicator. We are below the T line. That's not a good sign in any way, shape, or form for the bulls anyway. We are below the 50-period moving average on the weekly chart. That is not a good thing for the bulls, not even close to it. However, there could be just one thing could change. One thing could change to the positive, and boom, we're right back up. So that's what's making this market so challenging right now. There's a lot of stuff going on out there, okay? So if we fail here, what I'm looking for is this trend line right there. And here's what I did on the weekly chart. Just put it on. That's what I went to. I went from, what is this over here? February 2nd, give or take, 2018. And then up here, February 21st, 2020. And then just let it go where it will up into here. So if we can't find bullishness here, I'm kind of expecting we come down and touch this line here, or at least get to it. Now, let's see. Let me make this chart a little bigger so you can see it. There you go. That's a little better. Hey, somebody just shout at me if I end up making the chart too small. I can see it on my side, but you may not be able to see it. So anyway, I can't tell you if tomorrow we just jam right down there. I can't tell you that. I think that's highly unlikely. I guess highly unlikely because I'll be speechless if it happens. So it may take, if we do, it may take several days, even a couple of weeks to finally get down there. If we're going to fail this line right here, if we're going to fail that. On the other hand, other side, the other flip of the coin is if something happens with this whole crisis that's going on right now that turns out to be okay, I guess, the best of okays, if there is an okay there, it could turn this market right around in a heartbeat. And what I would like to see, other than a relief rally, is we've got a low, we need to see a high, we need to see a higher low, and then we need to see a breakout. We can take it from this point over here if we want as well. So we've got this low, we've got anywhere into these highs in here, and then we've come down to make a higher low or double bottom. So we need to get above that area. So basically the 50-period moving average on the daily chart right now. And that would mean, you know, giving up some of this if you wanted to. Doesn't mean you have to, but I think that it would be a safer play anyway. Yeah, Gwen says, which crisis am I referring to? No kidding, there's a few of them. Yeah, I think right now the hot one, the hot button is Russia, Ukraine. I think that's the hot button at the moment. So I'll be more than happy to look at charts tonight for anybody. I'm going to get started on this, and we'll be looking at a few charts. And if there are charts you guys want to look at, we can look on them. And I'm going to try to work this in, but I really want to get this finished tonight. There's, my goodness, I should have numbered them. So let's just start. Trading is not a journey. Or I'm sorry, trading is a journey, my bad. Trading is a journey. It's not an event. Now, one thing, I'm doing this tonight because honestly, seriously, what charts do we want to look at? Okay. Seriously, do we want to be in this market trading? And I don't mind looking at some, okay? Lee, I have no idea what TGT means and question marks. But let me do this. If you put a ticker symbol out there, please put long or short. If it's not, I'm going to skip right over it, okay? So just asking for long or short, and then we'll take it from there. So trading is a journey, not an event. For those of you that are just starting out in trading, for those of you that are struggling, think of it that way, okay? Try to think of trading as a journey and not an event. Trading is not one trade. Trading is not one trade. It's an accumulation of trades. It's accumulation of trades. You know, these days we have something here, the technology, the ability to come on a microphone like this and look at a chart and share a chart and talk about it. When I first started, and look, I know there's people here, when they started, they got sheets in the mail. Okay, so I know that, absolutely know that. Me, when I started, we had, I think it wasn't called TC Net, maybe is what it was called back then. But all we had was typing, and you really didn't have any of this kind of stuff. It wasn't easy to share things. It wasn't easy to share things. So this kind of stuff that I'm putting out here tonight, like I said, what's going to happen is there's 238 people here in about 5 minutes. There's going to be a whole lot of people leave the room, and the reason is all they want is a trade. Now I'm not pulling any punches here. You guys all know me. I'm as about a straight shooter as straight shooting can get. And those that leave the room, unless you are trading for a living, you're the ones that need this the most. And I would have given anything back when I started. I would have given anything back then to have a list of something that we're talking about here. Like, just think about it. Trading is a journey. It's not an event. It's not just one single trade. It's an accumulation of trades, okay? Excuse me. All right, I'm going to try to answer some of these and talk about some of these things in here, okay? So we'll try here. So what are we here? What do you hear? Targets, target, short. You know, here's the thing. If you feel you're comfortable on shorting target after it's been down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, rock and roll. I don't personally feel comfortable with that. So, and by the way, unless you tell me you're in it, I'm going to go with you're not in it and you're looking to short it, in which case I wouldn't touch it with my worst enemy's money. So, so if you're comfortable with that, cool is cool. Yeah. It's certainly in a downtrend. Certainly in a downtrend. SBS short. We'll do a couple of these. Then I can see that I'm going to have to work on my list here. So David is saying SBS short. If you are this style, which is actually one of the things I'm going to talk about here. is if that's your style, sure. My style is more of waiting for a sell signal, waiting for a sell signal. And we don't have a sell signal here yet. You very overextended, no question about it. No question at all. Very, very overextended. But without that sell signal, I'd be hard pressed with that. However, anything below today's low, I would look at that as a sell, okay? All right, the trend is your friend. Trend is your friend. I'm going to talk about this, Val, and I'll try to get through some of these other charts to look at, okay? The trend is truly your friend. For those that are out there struggling, for those that are out there trying to make it in trading, think of the trend. And let's see, arrow, there we go. The trend is true. That's a horrible color to put up here. There we go. The trend is truly your friend. There are different ways to mark a trend. You can certainly hit all the lows here. You can do that. I personally am more of a moving average trend person, mainly because I'm lazy. And I've just developed scans using moving averages that are trending, that are pulling back to do what what I'm looking for. So the trend is your friend. It's just like, take Val over here. Look at that. The trend is your friend. So why does it keep going to that thing? There we go. So when you develop a way to find a trend, and again, it can be just simply connecting lows like this right there, and I'm connecting this low with this low right in here. If that's the way you develop a trend and you put your trades in there, look, 2 thumbs up. I think that is top notch, maybe the best way there is. Okay. I've just developed a way to use a moving average, mainly because I'm lazy, and I scan for everything. I scan for everything. Same with the shorts. You can let's change the color here. You can come up here and grab that top, and we're going to lay it on this top. I'm going to extend this. I'm going to lay it right there. Well, there's your trend to the downside right there. Now, I just use those red dots right there. Probably the best thing about the trend is, I think anyway, is it helps you not pick bottoms. If you're a short-term swing trader, and if you're not, you're in the wrong room. Okay, I'm just not going to candy coat that at all. If you're looking for some long-term trades, you're in the wrong place. You're wasting your time tonight. Totally wasting your time. However, if you're looking for short-term swing trading, I think you're smack dab in the right place. Smack dab in the right place right now. And following that trend is probably one of the best things a swing trader can do. It might be the #1 thing, in fact, that a swing trader can do. Follow that trend. Again, write that down for those that are struggling. Knowing your entry setups, all right? This might be a good one. Let me take the next XLE long. No, what happened here? There we go. So know your entry setups, all right? Now, OJS, I hope I'm saying that right. So long, I would be, I think if I bought this long here, somebody would ask if I've been drinking, and it would be some pretty nasty booze, I think. Not even good booze would make me buy it right here long. No, sir. Or no, ma'am. I don't know. No, I don't think so. Let me put this line right here up. And here's, I think, what I would have to see based on what I see in the chart right now. I would have to see the bull step in here. I would have to see the bull step in here. And if they could, one candle, I still wouldn't do it. I just would not do that. I think what I would have to see is something, you know, a move, a little bit of rest, and then a move up, maybe something like that. And what I'm looking for is something in this area right there for an entry. That's what I would be looking for. So it's important to have your entry strategies or your entry setups. Not everybody's is going to be the same. It's like this. If you are bullish on this, then you have a very different entry than I might have. That doesn't make one better than the other. Okay, it doesn't do that at all. But I think every trader has to have that. And what that's going to lead to is no matter what chart you're looking at, you're going to wait for that chart to come to you, knock on your door, knock on your entry area. Like right here would be an entry area for me. None of these would actually be an entry area, really. These are all, I mean, it just moved too much. This could be maybe in here. This breakout could be an entry area. That would be a good entry area. Here we are right here. See, I would go from a low to a high, and we made a higher low that same day. Good candle. And then here we pull back. This would be an entry area right in here. So for XLE, this is actually a short, if you ask me, not a long. I day traded this today. I shorted this and I closed it out, closed part of it out, I think, for 19% today. And then I closed the last of it out, I don't know, 4 or 5% maybe, something like that. What I'm looking for is follow through tomorrow, and I'll consider getting back in XLE short again. For the long side, I think we would have to be, let me make a nice clear line right here. Somewhere in that area is what I would look for a long to the upside is what I'm looking for. So make sure you understand how you want to enter something, and you can enter every single trade exactly the same way. Did you guys know that? Do you know that you can develop one entry method and never ever, you could go a lifetime of trading and only use that entry method right there. The 3/8 strap, I think, is perfect for that. I like the 3/8 strap, and I also like the 3/8 strap breakout. And that's when we break out over that line right there, that red dotted line. So I hope I helped you there, Jess. Roku long. I would have to say for me, no. But I don't know what you're looking for. I don't, here's a rule I try to live by. I try to live by this rule. Most of the time, I live by this rule. Most of the time. So we have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low. When we break out of that high, and I'm just guessing that that's the high. Okay, I've got no clue. When we break out, this becomes the tradable bottom right there. This to me is not the tradable bottom. Down here is not the tradable bottom. I'm more into that. But again, you know, it doesn't mean my way is the right way. It really does not mean that at all. Okay, doesn't mean that at all. Every trader has got to develop their way of trading. This is why I put this list together. And I've already got other notes to add to it. And I'll post this. I'll send this out. I have no problem with that. And so, okay, I'm going to do a couple more of mine here. Entry setups. I talked about entry setup. Let's look at ABBV. I bought ABBV today because that's an entry setup for me right in here. Here's a couple other entry setups. This would have been an entry setup. That would have been an entry setup. Coming way back here, this might have been right in here. That might have been. This definitely. This could have been because, you know, during the day that candle would have been pretty nice looking there. That makes sense. So those it's important just to have that entry strategy. You don't have to have 10 of them. You need one, just one. That's all you need. And by the way, the same strategy works for long or short, doesn't matter. An example is, let's go back to that XLE. And I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to change this to my short setup, which is this right here. There we go. I shorted this today when it was down in this area down here. Okay, I didn't short it at the top. I didn't do that. That's not my deal there. I don't do that. I'm looking for this area. So I shorted it. Boom, it came down, made some good money, closed some of it out, kept some of it, sold the second half. Just because of the only reason I sold it, got rid of all of it, is because of the uncertainty of oil right now, of energy. So I thought it was better just to do that. So it's the same strategy, whether you're going short or whether you're going long. I still use the T line here, but what I'm going to do is change that green line to either the 3 exponential low or change it to 3 exponential high for the long side. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see here. Knowing when to take profits is your friend. I haven't said that here. I've got that highlighted in every one of these. You know, the trend is your friend. Knowing your entry setups is your friend. Let's see, knowing when to take profits is your friend. I've got SYY on here, and you know, if you've been following this one, I almost bought this today. This is on my list to definitely look at to buy. We've got this big old belt hole turned engulf in here. So if you bought this here, is it smart to take your profits, or do you just hang on to them? A swing trader does this right here, and it's really strange how we are as humans. We change our minds all the time. We seriously. I mean, come on, think about it in your real life, in your personal life. You change your mind about things all the time, and trading is no different. So what happens here is maybe you buy this right in here, right? Well, you look at this, and let me go confirm this over here. Yeah, see where that line is back over here? So you put this line up here. You put that line up there because that's where you're going to take profits, because you know that if you bought it and you go to that line right up there, I'm going to move this over just so you can see this, that number. That's 7.5%, which 7.5% is not a big deal, really. But if you're trading options, that's a 20% trade. So here you've set up the trade, you buy it, it moves up, and then all of a sudden, you know what you tell yourself? You change your mind. I'm going to hold out for more. I'm going to hold out for more. Well, here's what swing traders do. They buy and they swing. They're done. They're done. Leave it alone. Take your money. Walk away. Walk your way. That strategy is your friend, believe me. What goes up will come down. Now, there's nothing to say that it was going to come down here. Not really. I mean, just because it hit that past resistance, there's no absolute guarantee. The probabilities are probably good that it's going to pull back a little bit. I still think there's a probability that this moves up higher right here. Now, because of that resistance, we might want to stay away from it until it swings up and settles again. And it will settle again. And this might offer that entry. And what are you going to do? You're going to swing that chart again. That's what swing traders do. Swing traders, when they buy something, they look at a chart and they have a plan. Their plan is, hey, I see resistance here. I see that this is enough money. I can live on that. I can be happy. So you buy it and you swing it. And when it's done, you're done. But what happens is so many times we change our mind and we want to hold it. And now we're kicking ourselves. Now we're mad at ourselves. But then today, hey, yeah, that's a doji, by golly. I'm going to stay with it. Well, you're going to really hate yourself if it's down tomorrow. Now, I'm not saying it's going down. Believe me, this is on my hot list to buy. But we don't know if that's going to happen. And in hindsight, that would have been a good place to take profits now that we're thinking about it. So knowing how to take profits is your friend. Hoping for more profits is not your friend. Hoping for more profits is not your friend, okay? Having a risk management system, and it won't matter, it really does not matter what mine is or what Terry's is or Venn or Mix. It doesn't matter as long as you have one. And then from there, you can tweak it. But having a risk management system is your friend. It is so important to have that. You know, some people might come down here and this might be your risk management system. A stop way down here. I think that's loco crazy, but at least you have one. At least you have one. Some people might put it up into this area. Okay, you're still a bit loco crazy for me, but at least you have one. At least you have one. So it's important to develop that. I can sit here and tell you what mine is, but the truth of it is, until you prove this to yourself, it's never going to make sense. Again, I want to share, tonight is for those that are struggling, for those that at the end of the day, end of the week, end of the quarter, end of the half a year, you find yourself, this is nothing more than a hobby. You are the ones that need this most of all. Write this stuff down and think about it. Go look at a chart and just, go back through your notes and just look at a chart. And how many things that we're talking about tonight can you put on a chart? Those are the things you want to learn how to do. Once you learn these things, trading becomes much more easier. It becomes much more understandable. If you're just out there to make a fast buck, you're gonna lose in this game. There's I don't know where the stats are. I've seen it, I don't know, 1 million times over the past 30 years. Yeah, not 1 million. 95% of all traders fail, or maybe it's 90%, something like that, of all traders fail. It's because they hit the charts trading instantly, thinking that they're Joe Trader. These things right here, although they seem basic, give them a shot, okay? Please give them a shot. Not preparing for your trade to fail is not your friend. You have to be prepared for your trade to fail. All right. Apple. I bought Apple today. Now, it was a better looking candle when I bought it, for sure. I'm still holding Apple. Apple has not failed as far as I'm concerned. Not quite. But I am prepared for that. I am prepared if we get down below today's low tomorrow. If we get down below today's low, I'm prepared to call this a failure and get out of it. Just like that. So you have to be prepared for that fail. I'm going to get rid of this line right here, or at least make it lighter. There we go. Where am I here? Understanding, this is one of my favorites here. Understanding is there's no such thing is all winners is your friend. When you understand, when you truly believe that there's no such thing as all winners, you have to be able to accept losses. People that claim they've had 100 winners in a row, those are the people that you want to get off your computer as fast as you can, because that's bullshit. All right? That is just junk right there. You have to be a true believer that there's no such thing as all winners. It's impossible. We have to accept the losers. I think one of the first things I said there earlier tonight was that trading is not about one trade. It's about accumulation of trades, a big accumulation of trades. Here, let me try to. I'll grab some of these charts you guys put out here. Mick, UTI long. Thanks for working with me on this, guys. UTI long. Not a bad chart. I see that with a little bit of reluctance, Mick, and I'm just going to share what I like, what I don't like. Overall, I think this is a nice chart setup, okay? I really do. I like the rally up. I like the pullback. I think it's set up, looks good. I could look for 3 minutes and find 100 charts that look better than this, in the sense of, look at all those dark candles. Why in the world would I want to trade that thing? No, I wouldn't. Too wicky for me personally. That's just an experience thing. That's all this is. It's just an experience thing. Way too wicky. But outside, too many dark candles. But outside of the fact that it broke out right here, and then it rallied up and pulled back, looks to me like it just might be set up here. I think it's going to be important to get through that high right there. So based on this last line I drew, personally, I wouldn't trade it till it actually broke out. So let's see, path. It's a 3/8 trap. Path. There we go. Path. Yeah, it was a 3/8 trap. I don't think it is now. But this is a 3/8 trap breakout. I will say that. So there we go. So 3/8 trap breakout. I'm going to look at this as short. Your downtrend is working. Hey, as long as it keeps it up, as long as those dots stay green, that is a short right here. We'll take a look at a weekly chart. Here's the weekly chart. We have this bottom right in there, so you may get a test of that. There we go. May get a test of that. And then if it breaks through, there's absolutely nothing that says it can't go down further. But the overall trend is down. I would just be a little cautious of this bottom. I'm going to come over here to this chart. Get rid of that right there. And let's take a look at this bottom. All right. It's important to look at the hard right edge. That's where all of our eyes go. We're always looking, for that candle, that candle, that candle, that candle, hard right edge. But I think we need to come over here and look at how we got there. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a trend line down like this. Well, okay, right here. So I've got these highs over here. You see right here, yeah, right here and right there. I sort of I tried to split the difference, okay? I didn't touch that high. I went below those highs to kind of split that difference. And see how we're above that trend line now? So, yeah, it could be a short. But here's something else I want to show you. And this is important, this kind of stuff right here, I think. We've got this big bullish engulf, created a shoulder. Now, I know this head came below. It came below that low right there. I know that. I can see it. And then look at that right shoulder over here. So what we have is this bullish engulf, this high. Let's call it a double bottom, if anything. Higher high, higher low, and now we've broken out. So is this a short? on weakness. But after looking at that chart, how do you feel about it right now? That's the important thing. Let's go back over here. Well, let's do a couple more. Moto shorted Merck. Yeah, I know a few people that shorted Merck today. Whoops. Yeah, a few people shorted Merck. And let's kind of do that the same thing, okay? Which I got to tell you, I don't like Merck as a long. That's for doggone sure. But that's what we have right here. And we have this, which we did come down lower, but we came back up for the day. So how are you going to look at that? You know, I look at that as a double bottom is what I look at. So I'm looking at this thinking, is that the chart I want to short? But I get it. I get it. It does look like a short. The trend is still down for sure. So as long as we're below the Trendicator, as long as price stays below the T line, I'm with you. I'm with you on the short. I certainly want to be careful of this area right through here. But then again, that's what they make stops for, right? If it turns around, you have stops in there because we know we can't win every single chart. Let's see, Terry's got OCGN in here. Rounded bottom breakout. Yep, rounded bottom breakout. We're above the 50 period moving average. I think this is a very nice chart. I'm going to write this one down. In fact, wins earnings. Never mind. Nice chart. I love it. Rounded bottom breakout. Bull kicker here. Great volume today. Smoking hot. Looks good. It has earnings in 3 days. Not for me. So for me, I would rather look at earnings to be over with, and then maybe we see a trade on this. The reality is that if we waited for earnings to be over, we could, as long as it doesn't just, gap and run, I think we could be looking at still, where's it at? Here it is. I'm going to take it. I'll take it from the 50 here. Still a 62% move. That's sweet right there. All right, let me pick on some of these things that I have here. Here's one for you. Having a trade style or a trade system is your friend. So here's what that came about is, and I write these things down after talking to people. I make notes of everyone I talk to, everyone that I coach. I make notes, these sheets of paper on them, and because sometimes I get person A mixed up with person B. So I have to make these notes, and I write these little things down that would help them. And I see a lot of people trying to trade everything under the sun. Everything. My goodness, the chart's all over the place. Bullish, long, 5-minute chart, 3-day chart, weekly chart, daily chart. They're everywhere. Charts off the bottom, charts off the breaking out, charts doing this, charts doing that, using 42 different indicators, which I don't care how many indicators you use. It just develop one system and stick with it. One style and stick with it. If you're going to be a, say, bottom picker, be the best at it. You're going to go through lots of pain. You're going to lose bukus of money until you get this system down. If you want to be a trend trader, a swing trader, a 3/8 trap trader, something like that, focus on that. Develop a system. Develop a strategy that works for you. Very important, okay? Here's one. This might not make everyone real happy. Where is it at here? Oh, just simply following. Take Apple. Well, let's take another one. We already looked at that one. Take MU, because I am long MU, and I bought MU today, and I held it overnight. Somebody that might have followed in this without paying attention to the chart or realizing that, or maybe here's a scenario. They haven't traded for 4 days, 5, 6 days, 3 days for the weekend, 4 days from last week. So they've got 7 days of not trading. They are developing an itch that they just cannot stop scratching. And they've tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. So boom, here's somebody that buys MU. So they can't stand it. They buy MU without realizing the market may not be for them. They may be completely out of their lane for this trade. And now they're in a corner at home in a fetal position, wondering, what the hell did I get myself into? So don't just blindly follow anybody into a trade. Not ever. Make sure that trade meets your qualifications. Make sure it meets your qualifications. So that is not your friend. Following somebody in the trade is not your friend. Knowing what kind of market you can handle or not handle is your friend. So, can you handle this market that we're having right now? If your answer is yeah, the proof is in your trading account. That's, you know, no one is saying you can't. Just look at your trading account. That's all you got to do, and that will tell you if you can handle this market right now. So you have to know, and I think that's one of them here. Knowing a good trading market is your friend. Knowing a bad trading market is your friend. Okay, let's take a look at a few more of these. Vin is asking, can I explain the Trendicator offset? Offset's got nothing to do with it. The Trendicator is nothing more than a moving average. Okay, Vin, it's that simple. It can be the 20, it can be the 10, it can be the 34, it can be whatever you want it to be. It's just a moving average. And what I have done is I use this moving average, and I will tell you what it is in just a second. I use this moving average right here, and all my trading, my system is all around that, just like that. My system is all around it, whether I'm long or short. Okay, right here. Right here, there's no trade, none, zip, zero, nada. We're too far from that right there to be short as far as I'm concerned. And we need to be above it to be long. So all I've done is I've taken a moving average and I've just put all my trades around that area. 50 period moving average traders, traders that stocks rock to the upside, they pull back to the 50, they could do the same thing. And that's a popular way to trade. You've just put your strategies all into a 50 period moving average trending maybe. Stock has moved up and pulled back. There's also a style like this right here. And let's come over here where we're below the 50 period moving average and we have a decent chart pattern up. And this is an excellent chart pattern. We break out of the 50, now this becomes a trade for you. Okay, so it's just a moving average, and I use the 17 exponential moving average. If you have TC2000, I have a video on my YouTube on how to set this up. It's about a 8-minute video, real easy to do. I think if you have, we have a link somewhere for TOS if you use TOS. Other than that, I don't know. I can't speak for any other program. But all it is the 17. We've just figured out how to turn it red and green on TC2000. Let's see. I'm a moving average guy. It helps me scan. You and me too, KG. I'm all about that. Yep. Yeah, KG. We drink the same beer, man. Absolutely. I totally hear you. Totally hear you. Thanks, Jess. Appreciate it. IWM short. So let's do this. Here's something I want to watch. T2122. We are approaching the oversold area. We're approaching. I say approaching because, man, we could still get as low as we got down into here. So there still could be some room to move down, most definitely. So because of that, yeah, I agree, short. However, I'm not going to buy this short 3 days down. Even tomorrow, if we say we opened up here and started moving down, I don't particularly see that as a short. Is the trend still down? Yes. But it doesn't mean that it's an entry. And so if we do this tomorrow, this is 4 days to the downside. And now we're running into that doggone support area. We're running into an area where we've got a bullish engulf up. We came back and tested with a bullish Hiromi and follow through and made a higher high and a higher low. Something tells me the bulls are working this area. So here we are in this situation. Is this the best market to short? Just because I have 6 monitors, highfalutin scanner, does it mean I should be trading this market? And I look at this and I'm thinking, yeah, maybe I'll wait for a better day. Now, if this was to happen, and let's switch this game a little bit, and we rallied up and then we got a sell signal here, I would be all about that short. Absolutely all about it. I do want to look at the weekly chart real quick on this. So here's the weekly chart, and believe me, that weekly chart looks as short gets. It really, really does. Looks horrible. In fact, there's a good chance we get down to 166.90, but you're going to have to get through those lows right there. All right, going to have to get through those lows. That is one ugly chart, by the way. Let's see here. Knowing how to pump the brakes is your friend. So maybe this is a market we pump our brakes just a little bit. Maybe the fact that the whole Russian-Ukraine thing, maybe that's a reason to pump our brakes. Maybe. For some people, maybe not. You know what the crazy thing is? The majority of successful traders are seriously pumping their brakes. You guys, I talk to traders all the time. Traders that are struggling. I talk to traders that are killing it. I want to mix myself up. I listen to successful traders. You know what I'm hearing right now? I'm hearing things like, man, I might put on a trade today, but truthfully, I've cut way back. When I do put on a trade, it's a quarter or a third of my normal position. This market is just too hot for me. This is what I'm hearing from successful traders right now. What I'm hearing from successful traders is they don't have an edge. What I'm hearing from excuse me, I'm going to drink a drink here. What I'm hearing from struggling traders or traders got that 7-day itch and they're just, dang it, I want to trade. So they go out there and trade just because they have an account, a trading account, because maybe they pay for some software, maybe they pay for a service. So by God, they've got to cover that $100 a month for the service. By golly, they have to. Well, and what they end up doing is they end up losing $500 now. Know when to pump the brakes. Know when to press on the gas pedal too. Know when to press on the gas pedal. Like right here. Look at that. Look at that bottom that was formed. Right here, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. I know that looks good. That's a brake pumping situation right here. Let this thing break out. Boom, it did. Look at all that resistance you've got over here. Look at the 50 period moving average. Relax. Smell the coffee. You know, dance with a rose. Do something. Pump the brakes. Let it pull back. Because you know it's going to pull back. Where have you ever seen, I know somebody's going to prove me wrong here, where you have a great bottom, by the way. Very happy with that. We rally up and we just keep going. Now, there's no doubt somebody from the top of their head, 7.5 years ago, you remember a chart that you looked at, but you didn't buy it, and the thing never looked back. Okay, that was 7.5 years ago. There's a gazillion trading hours between now and 7.5 years ago. So I'm sure somebody could prove me wrong here. But that's not what the typical stock does. But we get caught up in that. I think the last thing I have here, a fear of missing out is not your friend. Oh man, I gotta buy it. I'm gonna miss that trade. This is not your friend when you do that. Let it set up. Let it set up. For me, when the Trendicator is red, I want the Trendicator green. That's what I want right there. I want Trendicator green. I don't need to make money down here. I can make money here. This is what I have found. Patience, and this will be the last one. Then we're going to look at all your charts here. Patience. Patience. I hate patience. Yeah, patience stinks. It's no good. But having patience is your friend. Not having patience is not your friend in trading, okay? Let's see. OJ, sorry. I read about the pinball strategy. Wouldn't it qualify? You still need that. You still need that pullback on it, Roku. So no, it wouldn't qualify. Okay, so I'm going to do this really quick because we're running out of time, and I'm not going to spend a ton of time on the pinball setup. If you read about the pinball setup, you also read it's above the T line. We've got to be above the T line right here. That's the first thing. That's what makes this not a pinball setup. You've got to be above the T line. This would be a pinball setup right through here that ended up failing. This would have been a pinball setup that failed. Okay. ABV, yes, that is a nice looking chart. You got to be careful with these biotech though, boy. I got to tell you, somebody told me today that they sent the new drug, I guess, to be approved or something like that. So, you know, there's a news can kill us. The chart looks great, absolutely great, but news can kill us. So it's out of our hands now. It's out of my hands. So we'll just have to monitor it. Yeah, it does look great though. I was there and I just could not pull the trigger based on all index running south. That's right, KG. Today was a really not the best of markets. I use this, what most of you know, this thing called Live Trading Alert Scanner. And you can set it up so that, excuse me, man, dry throat. You can set it up. Say you're looking for a 3/8 trap in any chart you're looking for, okay? We're just going to use a 3/8 trap. It could be anything else, though. But it won't alert until the market is above whatever you say you want it above. Which I'm going to say whatever. I'm going to use moving averages just because I know that it does that. You can say that the market has to be over the T-line as an example. So there could be a lot of, say, 3/8 traps or bullish engulfs with follow through or inside days, whatever you're looking for. They won't alert. They'll be there. They're hiding. They're inside the scanner. They're there. They're waiting to get out. But it will read 0 until this whatever indice you choose or multiple indices moves over any particular moving average you want. Could be the T-line, could be the 8 or the 10 symbol, could be the 3, could be the Trendicator, could be whatever you want. I'm totally with you, KG. Yeah, I love trading with moving averages. Even when I use a naked chart, all my scans are based on moving averages. I'd say 99% have something to do with a moving average. Let's see here. HD sure got slammed. Let's see, what did it do? Boy, I'll say it got slammed. Yeah, which, hindsight's a wonderful thing here. Okay, hindsight's a wonderful thing. And anybody that was long this chart, I'm not going to lose an ounce of sleep tonight over this, but you deserve this. You deserve it. I'm sorry, and I will sleep like a baby tonight, because there is no earthly reason to be long Home Depot through here. Just none. I can see where you might have got long here, and then you would be completely out. No way, Home Depot's not doing their thing here. So, like I said, I'm not going to lose an ounce of sleep. In fact, I'm probably going to sleep better tonight. But if you were long this, well, like I said, you deserve it. And I'm going to sleep good over that. Sorry. Doggone. Hey, Doug, how are you? It's the business in the world where people beat themselves up for taking profits. Yeah, good. I'm gonna use that one. Let's see, dull. ADM long. There we go. Nice chart. I like that chart. Look at that trend. So here's by the numbers. Okay, here's what I'm gonna look for by the numbers. I'm gonna look from this where we went from red to green. I'm very happy with that. Excellent. Look how we've gone sideways here. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Beautiful chart. Earnings, not till April, so that's cool. I'm just going to look at a weekly chart here. Wow, that's nice. I just want to look at a weekly chart, make sure we don't have any resistance, and we don't. Right there. In fact, we've broken out here. So I'll go back to the daily now. Beautiful chart. So now let's get into the price action right over here. And we've got a nice little bullish candle. I like that. A white candle or green candle. We have a little doji here. We have another white candle or green candle. I'm liking that. So, now it becomes, are you or anybody, are you the type of person that's buying right here, right now? Based on the way the market is, I probably would want a little bit more of a boost, a little bit more of a boost in there. Outside of that, just simply waiting for that thing to break out would be a cool trade in there. So I love the trade. I'm going to flag that. Thank you very much. I don't think it's a buy right now, but man, when it gives me that signal, I mentioned this in the trading room today. Look, I'm not the guy that's going to get the, rocket entry. I'm not that guy. I'm not the guy that's going to get that entry. I'm just not that guy. I'm the guy that's going to get the entry up here. I'm the guy that's going to pay higher for it, and then I'm looking to close it higher. I'm that guy right there. So that's why I don't think I would be buying this right now. We come up here, we have this top. We pull back, we did break out, but did we really break out? So now I'm going to do some negative talking about this chart. I'm going to get this out of the way. Did we really break out? Did we? Let's move this up. Did we? because it looks to me like it stuck its nose up there and quickly got scared up there, or something smelled bad, ran down. So I think I would have to be that breakout guy on this. Show me that you've got what it takes to get over that area. Let's see. Let's see. Jim, do you use the 3 high when the Trendicator is bullish and the 3 low when the Trendicator is bullish? I'll say yes. Okay. And it's got nothing to do with the Trendicator. I use 3 high for longs and 3 low for short. Now, that's just my way of doing it. Not everybody does that. Personally, I want more space in there. Again, I'm not the guy looking for that super cheap price. So I'm waiting for that bullish candle in here. And another favorite of mine, and that's where this chart will come in, is I want the breakout as well. So not as well, but 2 different trades here. Let me move this up this way. There we go. That could be one trade, and then do this. And this would be one trade area. So 3/8 trap, 3/8 trap breakout. And it's the same thing to the short side, but it would be a low, 3/8 low. Okay. Mike, what was your reason for buying Apple? 12-day itch, maybe? Yeah, it could be the 12-day itch. You know, Mike, here's where every trader, I think, needs to focus on their style, not so much what somebody else does, but what you do. And I'm going to tell you, by the way, I'm not hiding that. I just want to point this out. Just because one person takes a trade doesn't mean that somebody else should take a trade, okay? Wait for it to do what you want it to do. So here's why I took this trade. We had a gap down. We're sitting on what could be support, could be. You guys all know how I feel about support and resistance. So here's my trend line up. We're right there. And I'm about half in love with Apple, by the way. So, you know, I'm a little bit biased. It's like Tesla, folks. You know, people buy Tesla for the craziest reasons I've ever seen on earth. You might accuse me that maybe of Apple. So anyway, this was a bullish candle, but it went south today. Definitely did. So there is no rhyme or reason. It goes against just about everything in the world I do on a chart. Just about everything. Other than it's Apple, and I like to trade Apple. So there you go. Rita, don't know what low volume means there. Man, Docs, D-O-C-S. Yeah, Rita, sorry, without a ticker symbol, I don't know what to put that with. Docs long, only if we have follow through. And I'm going to look at follow through above $60.20. Again, I'm not the guy that's going to get the super duper entries, okay? I'm just not that guy. I've tried that. I'm not that good at it. Trades don't work out for me like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the fact, by the way, nice turn right here. By the way, speaking of turns, I must have skipped over it. One of the things I have there is don't predict the turn. You know, we come down here and you have a hammer bullish engulf. Don't predict the turn. Let the turn happen. Here we have a nasty looking chart over here. Tweezer top, it looks like shooting star, bearish engulf. Don't predict the turn. Let it turn, then look for the trade. Don't be a predictor of that stuff. So anyway, and the whole reason I wanted to bring that up is I love the turn. Very nice turn here. We went from a downtrend to an uptrend. Very nice. Like this chart. I don't like it until it gets above over $60.20. Again, I'm not the guy that's going to get the super duper entry, but what I'm going to look for is if we show bullishness and we actually break out right in there, and I would buy it before it breaks out. Then let's come up here and look at where we can go. I'm going to have to try right there. I'm going to look at that high, and then I'm going to, I don't know, maybe go right here and probably be done. So now what do we have? So from this point here up, you've got what I would call a 30% opportunity. I think that's enough money. Now, of course, there's the trader that's going to say, well, geez, if that's 30%, I could collect another, what, 5, 6, 7% if I buy it now. If that works, okay. I just want to see the bulls back in charge. They were very much in charge here. I do not see any bulls in charge right now. None. I see a little arm wrestling match going on. Weekly on path, 3H trap, weekly 5, there we go. Let's turn that to a 3 low. Low, there you go. There's your 3H trap. Yes, it is. I think this is a good time to say something about this. You all know that just because you have a bullish engulf doesn't mean to be long. You've all been fooled by that in the past. Just because you have a bearish engulf and you've gone short, you've all been fooled by that. I know you have. Just because it's a 3/8 trap does not mean it's a trade, okay? It just does not mean that. I'm not saying this does or doesn't. I'm not much of a volume follower. I don't follow it too often, but if we're going to look at this chart, I have a problem being short this really until we get below this low. As long as you keep a tight stop, all is good, I guess. But this pullback here is on low volume. So what if it's setting up to do this? What if it's setting up to do that? I'm not saying it is. I'm just looking at the chart here. Man, we talked about path earlier tonight, and I'm looking at that bottom on the daily chart. I got to tell you, that's a pretty well constructed bottom. That doesn't mean that we can't get through it. Doesn't mean that at all. But if I'm looking to short something, I'm going to probably look for something else, just because that makes me a little nervous to be short this chart right here because of this little bottom construction in here. Okay. Yeah, Jeff bought some Merc. Yep, Jeff bought Merc today. Thanks for posting that earlier. And if we do get through those lows, rock and roll. Yeah. Let's see. OCGN today said Tuesday it started to underwrite public offering on its common stock. Thank you, TR. OCGN 38. OCGN 38% short. Yikes. Yeah. Let's see. Find your lane. There you go. Hey guys, that's Doug right there. Handsome man right in there. Actually, I think that's his neighbor. No, I'm kidding. Find your lane and develop the discipline to stay in that lane. So well said. Find your lane. Find a trend. Okay. I can only tell you about my lane, all right? I can't tell you about your lane. So I'm going to share my lane with you. Find a trend. Find a chart that runs that trend and pulls back. Be long. Make money. Oops. Let it pull back. Be long when it says to. Make money. Let it pull back. Same thing over and over and over and over. Yeah. Find your lane. Develop that discipline, and it's not hard, okay? It really is not hard. And stay in that lane. Don't get all over the map. Just don't do it. It doesn't pay. Then, is it range multiply? Yes, it's range multiply. Then go to my YouTube channel and select search for Trendicator. Okay. Hey, I want to mention, because we're about to shut it down here. I can tell we're getting toward the end. I want to mention, you guys, I have a YouTube channel. Doug has a YouTube channel, Right Way Options. You guys really should look them both up and subscribe to them. I also want to tell you the room you're in. If you're a member of Hit Run Candlesticks or Right Way Options, this is not a good room for you to be in during the day. Okay, it's just not. You're going to clutter your computer screen. There'll be no value to you. But if you are not a member of Hit Run Candlesticks or Right Way Options, then this room during the day is open to the public. It is not moderated by Doug or myself. However, we do try to come in here at least once a day and spend a few minutes talking, answering questions. There are some people in there that post some killer charts with ticker symbols and the chart. So if you're not doing anything during the day, please come check this room out right here, right where you are right now during the day. It's open to the public, okay? Also, if you download the app, there can be announcements, all kinds of things you might see. You will not get any live alerts. You will not get anything like that. That's a member thing. But you might find it as a cool trading lounge to come hang out in. So you're welcome to do that tomorrow. Andrea, may I please I'll email it out, Andrea, okay? Let's see, David, a 3813 EMA squeeze under the 50 is good. For short, David, yes, I agree with that. And also above the 50 maybe would be for a long, I guess. I've used that before, 3813, those moving averages squeezing. Yeah, nice. Michael, you're still on the journey. Michael, I've been doing this for 1988. Yeah, maybe late 1987. I'm still on the journey, just so you know, okay? And then you go on to write, but it seems like this market is not great for long or short. This is a horrible market, Michael. Don't waste your money in this market. I know who you are. We've talked before. Do not waste your money on this market. It is not a good market. Yeah, paint your basement. Yeah, you'll get more out of it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, wipe on, wipe off. Yeah. If you have the analog brakes, don't bump them. RNW. Longish, yes, a bit extended, maybe. Wait for a pullback. The pullback might be there right now. So nice chart, by the way, nice chart. Let's do this. Here's our trend down. I'm just going to use the Trendicator. Boom. Here's our trend up. So there we go. We're good to go. So now let's do this right here. That could have been an entry area. This could be an entry area right now. So as you develop your entry style, really that could absolutely be an entry area. A breakout here could be an entry area. Nice chart. Once we get to this hard right edge, this part of it is so mechanical right now. And let me make sure that I'm set up on the, let's put this on the high. There we go. Let's make that a little brighter. There we are. That's a 3/8 trap. Okay, so that's an entry area. Once you have once your trend is in place, however you create a trend. You know, whether you put lines on here and you, there we go, we'll call it there. Grab these lows, grab that low. We also grab this one. Here's your trend. We're coming right into the trend. If you do it this way, if you're me, lazy, use moving averages, okay, our trend is up, right? Look at the green, our trend is up. Now, all we're looking is for an entry. Entry, develop an entry strategy. The 3/8 trap is an entry strategy. The 3/8 trap breakout is an entry strategy. The three, I'm going to change colors. One of the scans I use a lot is the 3, and I skip the 8 or the T line, and I come right down to the 17. That is an entry strategy, and what I'm going to look for there is something similar to this. I'm going to put red candles in here. Something similar to that. There you go, right there. That would be an entry strategy for me. So you are right there as far as I'm concerned as for an entry strategy. Everything else is pretty basic, really is. Look for a trend, develop your own entry strategy. Nice chart, by the way. Yeah, I'll email it out, guys, the link. Patience, a better night, a better night's sleep. Yep. Let's see. Maybe someone can explain what the 17 multiplier on the daily. Again, go to my YouTube channel. Just type in Rick Sadler YouTube and search for Trendicator. I don't know. It's about a 8-9 minute video. It explains it very well. Thank you, Stu. The 11 friend trading rules. See, you take care, Stu. See you tomorrow. Man, I'm running out of air here. XP long? No. Why? I'll tell you what. I will stay here, Thomas, and I will read your answer. But please tell me why long, okay? And by the way, you could be right, but you explain to me why long. David, don't know if that's long or short. Doll, thanks. Ben, I find the volatility stop on TC through 2000. May I should use the 17. Yeah. Again, then watch that video. Just type Google Rick Sadler YouTube and then search for Trendicator. Andrea, I use 17 Hall. Okay. Yeah. I know some people that use the Hall. Yeah. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. Thank you. Some demand probably sitting at 152. I'll say, okay, truckers. I don't know what that is aimed at there. Thanks, Ed. Ed's pointing out what I'm using there. Take care, Gwen. Thank you for being here. A pull up. Yeah. Yeah, maybe to go short, a little pull up would be nice. Yeah. That's the way I'm feeling too, Kevin. Little over baked right now for me. We could be seeing a relief rally. Yeah. Kevin C. Look at that. Thank you very much, Kevin. Let's see here. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. I had a lot of time. We toured all of Arizona. I mean, it was amazing. It was a great time, and I had a lot of time to just make some windshield time, and I just walking through some of those canyons are killer. But just thinking about it, I'm even out there on the fishing boat and pull my phone out and write a note down just because my head clears up a little bit and get trading off of my mind. That's when some stuff comes into my mind. Anyway, these are just things that I think really help out. NGVC long, nice chart. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. So, nice chart. It really is. I do like it. Probably not for an entry, though. Not now. So we've got all this resistance right through here, and you can see that right in here. A lot of problems right here. We're going to go up here and let's give a target of about 23, give or take a penny or two, right? And now what I want to do is put this cool little thing right in here, like this. There you go. Is 22% enough money to make, or do you need more? So here's the problem I see with this chart, and it is nice chart. I like it. Perfect rally up. Love it. It's an early turn, by the way. Notice we choppy red green, and this is the first really good rally. So here we are, nice pullback. Love the price action. Love the pullback, the bullish engulf. Just rest. Little doji candle in there, right? I'm going to put another line right here. We're holding that bottom. Nice. I like this on a breakout. That's where I like this. 22% up to $23. I'm happy with that. Of course, you know, if you feel you need that extra 7% in there, then, you know, right here could be a buy. 3/8 trap. You're right. I love it. Nice chart. I think I would rather take it after it cleared all this stuff right here. I think I would like it better after that. Let's see here. RNW. Looks like a 3/8 trap. It is, yes, 3/8 trap. Sure. NVIDIA. What am I looking for? I don't think there's a trade either way, long or short. I think this is a fear of missing out. I think this is a rookie mistake. There you go. Look, NVIDIA is top notch. All right. 5-star, can't go wrong, right? You can actually if you buy it at the wrong time. I don't see a short, not till we get below this little grouping of candles right here. I don't see a long because you don't have a low, high, higher low, or higher high. I don't see a trade here. I just don't see a trade. We could do this. There's no long trade till it breaks out here. And we could do this. There's no short trade till we break down at the very minimum. In here, that's just boys and girls swapping punches back and forth. That's all that is. So while NVIDIA is on my watch list, I don't see it as a trade any direction right now. Kevin, you use that my vacation indicator. When Rick goes on vacation, sell all your positions. That does seem to happen, doesn't it? Zom. That's why I came back. We're about to get bullish. Yeah, you better wait. Okay, Zom. Anybody that plays with 37-cent stocks, good luck with you. Anybody who plays with 37% stocks, that is drug manufacturer, good luck with you. That's all I can say. After even looking at this chart, I'm going to have to go sanitize my hands and brush my teeth, because this will make a person go broke faster than anything under the sun right here. Now that I have totally just beat up on this chart, I absolutely love the fact it's moved up and pulled back, and it could be set up for a buy. Please don't anybody put this chart on your watch list, okay? Serious. Sorry, Modi, but yeah, I'm sorry, but no. No. Anybody that truly plans to make a career out of trading, you do not trade charts that are 37 cents and drug stocks, for God's sakes. Don't. Trading is not about one trade. It's about accumulation of trades. There we go. Where's the resistance on this chart? If you don't tell me what the chart is, Carol, I don't know. Because I'm about I'm about 50 questions behind, to tell you the truth. Take care, Doug. I'm headed there. Thomas, RBB. Oh, not RBB. Come on, Thomas, you got to give it back to me. I don't know what the ticker symbol was, okay? We already looked at NVDA. Have a good night, Rick. Thanks, Carol. Hey, Julie, you have a great night. We'll see you. Yeah, it's late for you, isn't it? Okay, we have to, without a ticker symbol, guys, I can't go back. Time doesn't allow, and I don't remember 3 questions ago. I can't do that. Rick, oh, thank you, Glamour Girl. Appreciate it. You're a great teacher, straight to the point. Thank you. That means a lot to me, straight to the point. Love the discipline. I'm still learning discipline. I'm the kind of girl who wants to learn how to fish. There you go. I like that. I want to learn the process. I nailed it with RMW analysis today. Thank you for education, educating us, and pat on the shoulder. Called it correctly, but FYI, only my weakness is taking profits off the table, but I'm getting better. You know, I want to just stop right there for a second. Let's just get rid of all that. Look, here it is, right here. You want to know the secret recipe? You want to know the secret recipe to the cake, to the pie, to the soup, whatever you want to do. Find a chart that's trending. By the way, it doesn't have to be this long. It could be this long, okay? It doesn't have to be that long. I am going to put another one down here, like that. Just find a chart that's trending. That's all you got to do. And then what you do is those charts that are trending, if they're the only way for them to trend is if they do this. That's the only way. They cannot trend if they do not do this. And then what you do is you wait for that pullback. 3H trap, hint, hint, and you ride the price. Ride the price action. I will say this, I trade nothing but directional options. When I'm in an option and it gets to say 20%, 15% even, I start thinking about profits. I could care less if it goes up here. That's not my job. Not my job. Just do this. Let it pull back. Buy it again. Let it pull back. Buy it again. There you go. That's the recipe right there. That's it. That is the recipe. Thank you. Finn, thanks. Thank you, Jay. Corn. Yes, but I wouldn't buy it here, David. Here we're up 1, 2, 3, a gap, 4 days. We just went through a breakout. The probabilities of a pullback, a better entry, I think is excellent. Nice chart. I'm totally all bullish, super chart. Just wait for a better entry is all. Yeah, nice chart. Thank you, truckers. Thanks, Ron. Thanks, Sam. Oh, that's all right. I'm about to call it quits here. Thank you, Sam. It's that simple. It took me forever to just go with the trending stocks. See, you know, KG, yeah, it sounds like you and I, same thing. I was trained picking off the bottom, and I went broke. You guys have all heard my stories here. I went broke. And when I finally got off the bottom, I started making more money. Yeah, you got to get off the bottom. You got to get rid of that fear of missing out. Don't let anybody bully you into a trade. Wait for the trade to come to you. Yeah, you Glamour Girl, you trade only stocks. I used to do that up until about 3.5 years ago. All I traded was stocks. So I'm a rookie option trader, and I just trade very simple directional puts and calls. Nothing fancy, nothing at all. I'm not smart enough to be fancy. Thank you, Annie. Appreciate it. we're going to call it a night there with Glamour Girl. Thank you, everybody. Please sleep good tonight. Thank you so very, very much, and we'll see you tomorrow. Remember, this room right here is open for you tomorrow, okay? And for every day. This is free to anybody. Just remember, it's not moderated by Doug Wright. All right, you guys take care. Thank you so much.